Computer. Hello, this is Susan Hintz-Epstein, aka Susan of the North, with the Rune reading for the week of Jan 26th through February 1st. We are coming to the end of the first month of January 2025, and the world is shaking so many of us up that I wanted to just address that a little bit. There is a lot of tension, a lot of seeming chaos. People are being divided in how they believe about things. And I felt it was so important to say, do not let yourself become divided in yourself. It's so easy to get pulled one way or another by the way the tide of information flows. Social media is going to be full of lies and disinformation by people who want to keep us in check, enthralled, enslaved to the matrix, as it were. This could be a really good year to work for your personal liberation. And by that, I mean within yourself, becoming free of the connections and the ties to conditioned thinking, to how other people hold expectations of you, to your wanting to please them in order that they continue to like you or love you or whatever your family status requires. There's a lot of psychology to delve through, there's a lot of emotions to delve through. It is all held within our body. Our body is its own energy matrix. Our personalities are composed of everything that we've been learning since we were born. What feels good, what doesn't feel good. Ideas that hold true, ideas that don't hold true. The energies we join with, the things we choose to believe in may belong to a larger picture of energies that we join with, like the church or the Democratic Party or the Republican Party or the Church of Trump. Um, I use that word very deliberately because as a con artist, he has no basis in the true teachings of Jesus, but is a part of the Christian nationalist movement. I am opposed to that. It's too much like the Nazi Party. I am opposed to that. So I've gotten a little bit off the beaten track, but I just wanted to encourage you to hold your center, take up those practices that keep you grounded, question everything. Don't trust what this political party says or that political party says. They both have an agenda to keep you enmeshed in their point of view. But it's okay to embrace parts of that point of view as long as you know where you stand, and that's your foundation. So I'm going to shut up about all of that now. I probably will have more to say about it. I just really want to think things through before I take a hard stand on anything more than the statement, be true to yourself. Know yourself and be true to yourself. So for Sunday, January 26th, we draw the rune dégage. Dégage is a breakthrough. This is break of day. This is having come to an epiphany in some way, a level of understanding in and of yourself. It could very well relate to what I just said. Be true to yourself. And we are exposed to how we feel about things, sense about things, think about things by the events we meet in the course of our lives. Um, Something really big just happened for me, and I'm not willing to talk about it because it's too personal, but I am having to delve into every aspect of how I think about things, how I feel about things, and try to ferret that out of my system so that I can be open to something new coming in. It's not an easy process, but I'm doing the work because I want that freedom. I want that liberation. So today is a good day, January 26th, to be taking steps towards the liberation that you want, the things you've understood. and allow those to come in for yourself. On Monday, the 27th of January, the flow of life is slowed down, dammed, blocked in some way. I don't know how this will relate to your life. I don't know how it will relate to my life. But whatever activity that you are engaged in, whatever you're giving your energy to passionately, you can expect something in the way of loss of flow or flow being dammed. If it's an internal blockage, do the inner work of self examination. If it's an external blockage, what does it require to work through? On Tuesday, the 28th of January, we are confronted with a difficult day in the form of Now-Thij. This is the need rune. So much noise going on behind me. Let me just take a moment to shut that off. Why everything chooses the moments they do. But as I was trying to start this reading, my dog and cat were chasing each other through the room, and now that phone thing, well, it's on silent now. Okay, so let's address the difficulties inherent on Tuesday, the 28th. The need rune. This is a rune of having your back to the wall. This is a rune of surviving. This is a rune of perhaps a catastrophic event has happened and we have to deal with things. And these are not always easily or quickly resolved, but we need to get the fires started to stay warm in the winter months, in the winter cold. And my heart and my mind go out to so many of the people who are suffering, whether it is in rebuilding after the flooding in Appalachia last summer, or the fires that are going on in California, for which our new government has not promised any help. And the political parties are still screaming at each other, I told you so. We have to take our power back. Now, Thij is a rune that can inform you of what areas in your life you need to take your power back. For me, it is standing on my own feet. It's almost been 2 years since I became a widow, and the grieving process has taken its toll on me. And part of what I need to do is get back to my own capacity to fully take care of myself. You know, there was a certain energy that regretted the loss of the partnership that helps meet the needs of life. And I recognize that. And that was part of the difficulty I was talking about earlier. I don't want to get any more personal than that, but it does. There are so many things that come up around losing a significant other. So, my steps that I'm taking now are to rebuild my self talk. I can do this. I have this. The universe has my back. There are arenas of self talk that we can visit, and we know what those are in our heart that will help us get through any emotional, physical difficulties that we have encountered. For many of us, there are financial challenges. It's just these times we live in. Worldwide, you know, it's we have a large gulf between the very rich and the poor, and the middle class is fading toward poverty. Yet life does hold unexpected blessings in so many ways. I'm grateful to have enough to meet my needs. And I'm savvy enough to know that could change. So I'm managing my life by taking it day by day. Someone else may have a different solution to their problems, and which is individual and unique as we are. So that is now Thieves for Tuesday, the 28th of January. On Wednesday, the rune comes in, the Archer is reversed. The Archer is one who takes aim at things, but perhaps the shocks we have had to deal with since now Thieves yesterday is putting us off our focus. And some of the tools that we have are inherent in our own body. I know that when sudden things happen, catastrophes happen, the anxiety builds, the imagination takes us down roads of negative outcomes. When really, nothing in the physical reality has changed. It's just our whole mindset, weaving stories of loss and destruction and chaos and all this crazy stuff. Are you healthy? Do you have shelter? Do you have food? Do you have a car? Do you need a car? What steps do you need to take? Can you focus on today? And use your imagination in a positive way and write down everything you can think of to build your way back up out of difficulty. And then decide what you can take action on. For me, one day at a time works very well. Keeping my budget ahead works very well. I use a calendar to plan that out. Planning times where I have happiness in my life, more than just playing with a cat and dog, but building time into my schedule for painting or doing other artwork is a big one for me. Whatever that is for you, it's so important to find times where you can reunite, re-engage with your soul. That gives us the strength to take the focus on the difficulties we might be confronting in physical life. And that's true for so many of us. If my words help anyone, just find your center and find what you need to do to resolve things. And that is a big step. And you can breathe on it if the emotions build up to the point where you have a lot of anxiety in you, you can just put one hand on your heart and just be quiet. Focus on your breathing. Stand still in one place and feel your connection to the earth and feel your connection to the heavens, and know that you are a being of both heaven and earth. Your spirit, your soul shines out from your eyes with great beauty, and that is found in your heart. And when you put your hand over your heart and allow yourself to absorb all of that simple, just being, that feeds you in a way that is calming, clears your thoughts, and helps you to refocus your mind. Okay, jumping ahead to Thursday, the 30th of January. Today could be a much better day. Here's a partnership of some kind coming in, whether it's going to help resolve the difficulties that were revealed on Tuesday and Wednesday, or whether it's partnership with the divine coming in for you to remind you that everything's okay. You're going to be all right. Just breathe. Trust in us. We got your back. If you need to do more work with spirit guides, there's so many people online these days promoting the spirit guide work, the animal totem work. I am reading a book on spiritual indigeneity written by a Native American. I think it's called by Bob Lake Tom. But there are so many good things. You can just go on Amazon and search the Kindle titles and find something that appeals to you. But spiritual indigeneity, I find very important because it connects me with the earth. And I believe that it is the human disconnection from the earth through the misunderstandings of Christianity that we have dominion over the earth instead of partnership with the earth. So many misunderstandings we have. And it's so important at this time and age to get back into a right relationship with the earth itself. For me, there are rituals that I do working with the elements, working with the waters, and saying my prayers where the wind can take them back to the Creator. So many things in so many ways. We just have to bring our imagination to putting a little ceremony into our life, a little bit of something to lift us up toward the celestial realms when there's just so much chaos on earth trying to drag our spirits down at this time. Don't let that happen. So, partnership with yourself, with a friend, with with the gods, with the elements, with the winds. On Friday, the 31st, I have drawn the rune Halch, and it is well, it's not reversed, but it's sideways. I know some people make a big deal of reading things upright, reversed. I even take them on sideways. It's just, it's kind of like being caught in the middle. When you're reaching for happiness with everything that is in you and you're just falling short and falling short and falling short, it's hard to be excited about anything, but likewise, you're not falling down sad either. It's just keep trying. Keep trying. Things may not go as well today as you'd like. Things may not be going well for a while. We're in a crazy situation, those of us here in Trump's America. May the gods help us. But just getting through this time, we are being challenged to be authentic, to be on our toes, to hold true to what we value and believe in. Don't let yourself be swayed by the emotional highs of a Trump rally. Oh my God, Hitler did that in Nazi Germany. You would think more people would be awake to seeing history repeating itself. But know what you take a stand for, and then find in yourself the courage to take that stand. And eventually, this will turn around again. You'll have a moment of happiness or two or three or four. Happiness is as fleeting as sorrow. We don't have to cling to one or the other, but just finding our contentment in the day to day doings as they unfold for us. There can be great happiness in the ordinary and commonplace. And the final rune for Saturday, and the very first day of February, this is the rune Ak. It's the oak tree. It may find you standing alone or taking a leadership position in one way or another. This sort of fits what I've been saying. Know what you stand for. Be true to yourself. If you have your tribe, hug them hard. Support each other in all the ways that matter. I support all faiths. When the runes first came to me, they came to me from an era in which Christian monks were working with people who practiced heathen ways, and they were using these symbols, these rune symbols, for healing. Then the church came down hard on it and made it a witchcrafty thing. Remember, what really counts is the attitudes we carry toward things. I see these little helpers as guides to living a more fulfilling life, a more spiritual life. They show up for me when I need counsel, when I need guidance, and because I have the faith in my highest good, they never prove wrong. So much depends on our point of view and how we see things. So these are the runes for the week ahead. As we are coming to a close in January and beginning a new month in February, many of us are seeing radical changes happening in our lives. And the best thing I will reiterate, and I will reiterate this with my dying breath, is to find your center. Be true to yourself. Know yourself as much as possible. Do not be swayed by other people into going against your conscience, knowing what you know is right. Hold to your values. If ideas no longer are serving you, let them go. Find what works for you now. I am Susan of the North, and I'm signing off with this weekly overview of the rune of the day from January 26th to February 1st. May the runes bless each and all of you.